Come on. Alright, guys. Let's try this again. So my OBS decided to update themselves to being from a free version to a pro version and decided to add some weird watermarks and stuff. So, I'm not sure where they're going to show up. I'm not sure what kind of, weird little things they did that they think they can give away $20,000 a week of worth of, free streamer gear and then turn around and say we don't have enough money to develop or to keep the OBS free. So if you guys are out there using Gamecaster, don't give them any money. I probably will be switching OBS this year pretty soon. I've had a lot of problems with Gamecaster that, I've made vocal with them, but the interface was a lot easier for me to use and a lot more idiot-proof. But I'm probably going to be switching OBS this year pretty soon. Anyways, welcome back. We are back with part 3 of the Payne mod. We do have the 2 mock ones here in the garage. Sorry. Storm moved in last night and kicked up a bunch of crap in the air, and I haven't had trouble breathing ever since. But it's not any kind of virus or anything. It's just it was shitty weather last night. Anyways, we're back here with Payne mod. Got the 2 mock ones in there. I was gonna go ahead and go check the car auction real quick while we're getting started here and everybody's kind of getting settled in. Just to kind of see if we got any variants. I doubt we have any variants. But we'll take a look. Well, we got a 302, which we already did. 302. It's the same here, too. So that's the problem. There's so many variants in this mod that it's just getting them all is a pain. We are running a little thin on barn maps and stuff like that. I'd have to go dig through every pile and hole in the junkyard to probably find enough barn maps to make it worth my while to do barn finds. There are some of the cars that you can find from barn finds. With that being said, since we're not going to be getting them to them probably for a while, or I'm going to have to buy them outright anyways, you can look at like 3 of the variations here on the car salon, so let's go ahead and take a look. Okay. Mustang. So you have the RTR, the GTG Trans Camera, which I believe I've found in the auction house. I haven't found the RTRX yet. And then the Mustang drag car, which, drag car. What are you going to do? So as far as drag car goes, you got parachutes, It does have the modern engine, supercharged, basically the modern LS in it. Which, that's fine. 69 Mustang with a supercharged LS in it. That'd be awesome. Does have the big scooped hood. Get on in here and take a look around. Ooh, very nice. Okay, so this is a full-on drag car. Gauge systems. It's got fire, all the toggle switches. Yeah, most of us are Holley EFI now with the digital outread for all these gauges where you just have a tablet in the middle, but this is old school, so I'm okay with that. Definitely has a cage in here. stick shifter, stick shift car. So this is actually a pretty good one. I am impressed. Not so sure I'm happy about the trunk, but the fuel tank's accessible. Right there. That's actually great. Or it should be, too. Because the trunk is kind of weird because the stabilizers for the trunk disconnect from the bumper. Just something that bothers me personally. Does look like it has side-throw exhaust. So, yeah. And then the RTRX, which is the, black and green one here. It's got a little more modern engine on it, but it's got definitely the independent, hood scoops. That's all part of an engine cover. With the roll cage. A little bit nicer car. This one does have a standard trunk in it. Actually, some really nice interior. It's almost modern. So, yeah. Now, this one, I believe, looking at the pedals, it looks like a stick shifter car, but it should be a stick shift. But the only thing I don't see in this RTR car is the handbrake. It doesn't have the handbrake piece, but, whatever. You can't make them perfect. That, and I guarantee you had better gauges than that in the RTR Mustang. So, those are the two interesting fenders that got exhaust dumps that we can't get, that I haven't been able to find in the auction. We might have to actually buy those from here, and then what's the point in restoring them, right? So, do a quick little showcase, and if we find them, we'll restore them. If we don't, we at least included them because they're going to be difficult. But, that storm really did a number on my head, let me tell you. One of my eyeballs are going to crawl out of my skull right now. Anyways, let's get these two monsters taken care of. Alright, for the Mustang, this one, I said we were going to switch this over to a twin carb. No, this one's got the scoop on it. We'll save that one for that one. Should we do let's take a look at this one. Same thing, got a scoop. Alright. You know what, that doesn't really matter. The air grabber's not that big a deal. So we can change the hood if we need to. Yeah, I want to do a twin carb engine in this Mach 1. The 69. I think in this one we'll go ahead and leave it a single. Base horsepower in this one is 290. Which should be 290 as well, I believe. Yeah. So, yeah, I think we're going to go with the 2 carb on this one. And I'm actually thinking it's possible we go with the SS motor on this one. I hate to build all new engines, but they're all overhead valve engines anyways. They're basically rebuilding engines, so there's a lot of good parts on it, though. Alright. That being said, let's rip them off. Let's rip the whole thing apart. Yay. Bye-bye. Alright. Did we get the engine cover? Or forget? Did we get the damn engine cover? There we go. Oops. I don't know why they only gave the, at least that I've seen, the RTR Extreme Mustang the swapped LS motor. A lot of Mustangs have LS motors in them nowadays because it's cheap and a lot of power, especially a lot of the turbo ones. Gotten away from Ford, like Ford Performance. Everything's pretty much gone to the NASCAR mentality. Everything's a Chevy 350. Whatever logo you want on it, it's still a Chevy 350. I don't know. I miss the good old days. I remember watching old NASCAR videos of Richard Petty running around in a, big block Mopar with, ridiculous amounts of horsepower. And, the Chevy being like a 350, and then the Ford being like a 351, and here comes the Dodge, the 426 Hemi. Like, no wonder it was stupid fast. Actually, I think we salvaged 90% of the body parts on this. I do have to say, I'm actually more of a... I did like the 70 more than the 69 when it came to the front clip. The 69 has this iconic front clip, you can't really fault that, but yeah, when it came down to it, I think the 69 it was so commonplace to see that kind of design. And yes, it is a very intimidating car, but I like the 70 because it was kind of, I guess, one of the first ones I was really introduced to seriously, like as for a movie car. There is a movie. It's got Richard Grieco in it. That he drives a Mustang and races. Huh, we managed to get the Camaro hood on there. That would explain a lot. There we go. Like, why does that hood match the... front end? But anyways, I digress. That doesn't need to go back on right now. He drove a red one of these, basically, and he was building it out of junkyard parts and racing for the sake of, making money. It was always kind of the cool thing because he was buying literally junkyard parts and fixed them up and built this really awesome race car. But one of those made for TV movies. A lot of people didn't see it. Good luck finding it at a, novelty DVD shop if you can find one. We have a couple here, like Zia Records or like Buyback Games, or we have a few places around you can buy stuff like that. But I mean, they're still not easy to find. You got to count on the fact somebody actually owned it. And yeah, I know with Amazon, everything should be easy. No. A lot of these films you can't get on Amazon. You can't get on like DVD Warehouse or insert part here. So a lot of these things aren't going to be easy to find, which is sad. But it's kind of a thing with the film industry. I think they kind of lost the curve on. Everybody went through and decided that they wanted digital media, which was great. Digital media is awesome. Don't get me wrong. I got a massive collection of digital archived, films and whatnot. But Problem with digital media is versus we made this and it's on the shelf for DVD type thing, like they have the old days of Blockbuster and even originally Netflix. To an extent, for I know most of the generations I'm talking to on here, younger. They're not in their 30s, but the video store, the early days of just even like service media. I'll call it service media, Netflix, stuff like that. They were meant to fight the video store, and they had to have a comparable inventory. Well, I hate to say it, but places like Blockbuster and the Obscura corner VHS store or the gas station video store. Yeah, we had gas station video stores where I lived because where I grew up, this is a small town. The only place to get a video rental was the gas station. So, and the gas station had to basically order the most obscure movies possible and the modern movies, because if they didn't keep a good inventory of obscure movies, nobody'd come in. So, anyways, you're not going to find a lot of these films because it's just, I can look at 1,000 different films online and be like, oh, I want to watch that, I want to watch that, I want to watch that, and then you can't find them. So there is an argument for physical media. Yes, it creates, waste. Well, you know what? The air conditioners that run the servers for Netflix aren't exactly environmentally friendly. Let's just be real here. I've seen server farms and what it actually takes to keep a server farm cool. And trust me, the amount of CFCs that a server farm puts out, in an effort to make trees less used and everything more green. Now, let's just say it's a equal trade-off. I'm not going to say it's worse. I'm not going to say it's any better. But when you have a 6 to 8 block strip of town, 3 blocks wide, running servers inside of it, and they have to be kept at, nearly freezing temperatures, that's a lot of air conditioners. And, some of the server companies have done the nice thing and attempted to become energy independent. I know the local and state governments have not been kind to that point. They have basically pushed it where they were completely disconnected from the grid and were, doing their part to try and alleviate some of their freaking energy usage costs and whatnot. Yeah, well, funny thing about that is when if you're using enough power to, be equal to or greater than 3 Las Vegas casinos with all the lights on, and you decide you don't want to pay for electricity anymore, and you go off the city power grid, city might get a little upset about that. They were getting a lot of money off you. So, I've been around the Switch server farm here in Las Vegas. That happened to them. And, yeah, that was one of the things. Biggest complaint they had. Second they went off grid and tried to become energy independent, it was not a good thing. The city had a freaking aneurysm because they, became energy independent. They were using that much power. Now, Las Vegas, here in the States, has a couple of things. Number one, probably the most important, it's actually going to be a full rest of. Interesting. Where we get our power from. You know, Las Vegas gets a lot of its power from a hydroelectric dam, and also, solar energy, wind energy. Not that it matters much because 90% of the energy usage in Las Vegas and in Arizona and a few other places all end up going to California anyways, but I digress. The Las Vegas area uses a lot of juice on its own. All seen the pictures and, the movies, you got like The Hangover and stuff. You see all the lights going all the time. Yeah, that's pretty much how it is, 24 hours a day. And it's actually gotten worse over the years with the pandemic and everything else because, yeah, those lights are on, but ain't nobody home. You understand what I mean? Strip casinos and stuff were basically closed down, but they couldn't turn the lights off because they had to meet a power minimum a power draw minimum on the grid. Totally weird. Plus, there's no other lights downtown, so if you turn the strip lights off, there's no other lights down there. It's not like the street lights. But, anyways, yeah. Physical media has its place, and hey, if you can make it all digital and you can do it without burning a hole in the ozone layer with air conditioner, fine. But unfortunately, it's not usually the case with a lot of server farms. They use a ton of power. They can't come off the grid because the city will lose their mind because they're getting all the revenue from making them pay for electricity. The carbon footprint of a server farm is absolutely nuts. Both the physical footprint's nuts, let alone the carbon footprint there. Oh, and by the way, I think I've said this before. Plastics are made from oil. Yeah, I hate to tell you, if you're anti-oil industry, yeah. Figure out how much stuff in your house is plastic or made from an oil base, and see if you can get rid of all of it and still live, comfortably or at all. I mean, I guess if you live in a sod house... Nope. Not even a sod house, because most sod houses were bound together with railroad ties and creosote, which is a form of oil. That's how they seal them. So, yeah, even we're talking, back in the sod house days, which is, back when the land rushes were happening. People were living out in the middle of nowhere, and electricity wasn't a thing. At least a widely used thing outside of, like, cities and stuff. The old ranch hand stuff. Yeah, even then you couldn't get away from it, could you? Because they used it with the railroad. So, yeah, kinda screwed there. I've said this before. I've actually tried to calculate it at one point in time. It actually hurt my head so badly that I decided it was a pointless endeavor to try and remove plastic and oil-based products from, my life. It's like, it can't be done. Well, it can be, but the amount of actual work that it would take to do is staggering. So, first and foremost, you know what plastics are made out of, right? Good. Plastics are usually made out of oil, petroleum products. What makes plastic? So, if I have plastic, first and foremost, we'll not even go into stuff that's, you know, less environmentally friendly, like wasteful, you know, more wasteful stuff that, you know, like fuel or oil or whatever, you know, actual engine oil. We're not going to go into that stuff. Let's just go plastic for a second here. So, if I'm going to get rid of all the plastic in my house, that means that, you know, the obvious things that are made of plastic. Okay, well, my mouse is made of plastic. Fine. Hang on a second now. My modern shower and bathtub, you know, that was installed recently, that isn't made of fiberglass and porcelain, because a lot of people don't have fiberglass and porcelain tubs anymore in showers. Wow, that's made of plastic. Weird. Alright. Now, hang on a second. I seem to remember that the pipes in the house are now made of plastic. If you have a house built after, like 1970 sometime, when plastic pipes actually became a thing. Especially houses built in the 80s or 90s, you're going to find a lot of plastic pipes, a lot of plastic plumbing. Not going to find a lot of copper. There's going to be pretty much PVC. So PVC is a big time plastic. So let's remove all the PVC. Wow, we don't have any toilets anymore, or ways to bathe. We haven't even gotten to trivial things like the TV. Or the computer. That cell phone you're carrying around. Yeah. The other stuff. Your speakers. Battery chargers. Game consoles. It goes on and on. It's staggering. I think it was something along the lines of like 80 or 90% of all household items have petroleum-based plastic of some sort in them. And I mean, started if you ordered any, you know, you bought your items from someplace like Walmart or one of these big retail stores that gets a lot of their stuff from China. I think plastic's the least of your worries at that point. So, you know, maybe take it a little easy on the people that, you know, I'm a fan of big oil, don't get me wrong. Not a huge fan. I understand their place. I think their place is ridiculous, but I understand their place. And I think they're a bunch of profit barons that take advantage of tragedy, you know, for the sake of money. And not usually in a good way. At times like this where a country's still trying to recover and, you know, we're still globally having issues around the world. You know, the last thing we need is gas prices to be $6 a gallon and food costs to go up because gas prices are up, you know. That's ridiculous. I don't care if you can't build a pipeline from one place to another because some idiot decided it was a bad idea. Even though it was going to be actually more environmentally friendly in the long run than driving it across country in a truck. Yeah. That's the thing nobody thinks about when they think about pipelines. Pipelines are great. You know why? Pipelines don't use fuel. Pipelines can move a volume of liquid faster and more efficiently than, say, a semi-truck. I don't remember what you call it when you're, but let's say a semi-truck's going to haul 10,000 gallons of oil across the country. Truck's going to use, depending on how far he's going, he's going to use 150 gallons of processed fuel, every 200-300 miles, maybe less, depending if he's fully loaded, depending on the efficiency of the truck. And I'm using European fuel mileage here. I'm not even using, fuel mileage in like the States. Or, I'll say mileage, you say, I don't know, efficiency. I don't know what the kilometer equivalent of fuel mileage is, but you get my point. That diesel truck is going to take way more energy per distance unit to move that same amount of freaking material as, I don't know, a pipe that does it even 50% more efficiently. And, hey, everybody's like, well, what about the railroad? The railroad doesn't have weight restrictions. Cool. Railroad's slower. A lot of places don't have railroad. A lot of petroleum products especially are moved by rail anyways. But, here's the thing. Anybody ever looked at a locomotive? They're not electric. They're diesel. And everybody's like, oh, well, we should just go to electric trains. It'll be more efficient. And what fuel source would you like to consume to, I don't know, power the electric trains? A lot of places in the world have no electricity. Several others have electricity shortages because they're trying to conform to some, green energy commitment and are actually cutting their own throats in the process. Not that the green energy commitment's a bad thing, it's just you didn't really think it out, did you? Kind of like a lot of stuff. People don't think it out. That was the SS, the 2-carb, 330. What's the SS got? 360. I'm going to use the SS motor in the mock. I thought the, twin carb engine would be, I'd be able to get away with doing 2 different specialty engines, but let's just get rid of this one. I don't know. It's just something to think about. There's little things here and there. It's that before you tear somebody's head off for something, make sure that you understand the cost of what you're asking. Oh my god, a water pump that I didn't repair. Look at that, we found a new part. Water. Gonna have to piecemeal a few parts together here. I figured that with this engine, because this engine was kind of wishy-washy at best. So... this whole car was kind of a little flighty with the parts. It was definitely a lot more beat up than what it should have been, but I don't remember exactly where I bought it from, so... I thought I bought it from a barn. I don't know. Yeah. And reach. Wait, what? Oh my god. I thought I bought a ton of those. I swore I bought 32 of those. I thought I bought 32 rockers too. If the valve push rods didn't take, then the rockers might not have taken. Remember we were doing that made parts thing yesterday? Right. Yep. Oh, I'm gonna bite my tongue. I'm gonna try not to curse. That's upsetting. I swear I bought all those parts advanced. Matter of fact, I'm pretty sure I bought a bunch of the parts that I'm currently running low on in addition after I was done. So my inventory didn't keep. Yeesh. Hey, look at the right. Look at that though. 10,000 scrap parts. Like the engine heads and stuff we managed to get, but I don't know. Maybe I just didn't hit the button right. Now, comment below if you actually watched the video and watched me make that mistake that I just basically did, where I did not buy enough push rods and rockers for the cars and went, oh, it'll be fine. I'll just buy more later. And then I expected to have them and I didn't. If I was an idiot and I did the, typical thing of going, I swear I already did that and I actually didn't, yeah, call me out on it. I don't know. I was looking at my news feed there on YouTube, and Spiffing Brit actually came up with a rather interesting conundrum of a question. He basically had put it to everybody in his little chat there, if the things you did in video games were now considered, war crimes, how long would you be going to jail? I don't know about you, but a lot of us out here that have played enough first-person shooters and whatnot, kind of a scary thought. Think about how many, Halo, I mean, that whole game was basically a war crime. So I don't know, that was another one of those interesting exercises. Comment if you play games and you would be going to, at least, you know, going to jail. I think that's the best comment, you know? Would you be going to jail if you were suddenly charged with all the things you did in video games? What? Always have a battery. I need a brake servo, probably a radiator. Yep. Alright, brake servo. Radiator. Do our fluids. I don't think we bought glass for this car yet. That's pretty easy. We'll go do tinted windows on this. We haven't really done too much with the tinted windows, and I think it's about time. Do some nice tinted windows on this car. Here you do all blackout, no chrome. Means we have to take car part 3 off, but yeah, it might be okay. Nah, windows are fine in being chrome. They didn't need to be black. Factory wouldn't have them black anyway, so. Not that, you know, they don't look awesome in the black. It's just, you know, certain things you wouldn't be able to get black trim for this car in 1970. The aftermarket for actual like trim pieces like that didn't really exist. Actually, come to think of it, it doesn't really exist now. There's a brief period, you know, between the 80s and 90s when there was actually a weird little spot where, yeah, that was a thing. Okay. Alright, well, it'll start. Sort of. Well, I mean, it doesn't really matter because, like, car part 3, here, the door pin isn't blacked, so let's get rid of this. Tablet. Front trim I'm not worried about, but grab the tinted windows. Blacked out car part 3. Then we'll get the tinted black trimmed window here. Let's get rid of the louvers. I know we've had them for a while, but let's get rid of the louvers. Oh, look at these cool fenders. Maybe do a tinted windshield on it. This looks fun. Just tinted windows all the way around. Yeah. Wow, that back window is definitely not as tinted as the rest. That actually looks really good, though, with the red interior. That's the red car. So, they have black interior cars and red interior cars. That's the difference here. This is actually one of the variants. So, I could do 270 Mustang Mach 1s, and it would honestly depend on what the interior looked like. And I technically would be doing part of the 19s. I'm not going to do that. We're going to skip the, variants as far as the red versus black interiors. Because we're going to do enough of each of them that it's not going to matter. But, yeah, that would be where I think there's like 4 or so. So, I mean, we're getting close to the end of this little build-off here. Like I said, the challenge is we were going to build them. So, if I happen to come across one that, can't be ignored, we might discuss doing another duplicate, and I will definitely have all the interior variants and everything later. It's just I'm beginning to think that as hard as it is to find like the GT500 and stuff, the interior variant isn't going to really make that much of a difference. Oh no. I forgot to fix the sway bar. There we go. Oh no, tragedy. I forgot to fix the sway bar. Let me go to my drawer over here and get me a sway bar. We need a steering rack, though. Jokes aside, we need a steering rack. Yes, I just bought 8 sets of cross-drilled and slotted rotors. I do intend on doing the rest of these cars. And if you're going to give me performance brakes, I'm going to take performance brakes. Oof. A lot of spare starters now. I was questioning that one real quick. I was like, I don't know if I have one or not. Yeah, I might have caps locked the fuel tank because it's getting a little ridiculous to have to keep buying them. It's like every car is going to need a fuel tank. We know this. Alright, good. I was afraid I didn't, fix part of that. I want this one specifically. It doesn't really matter, but, that one specific. I think it should be all of it. Well, except for the tires, but you know the drill on that. It's 2560s. Interesting. They're not 70s this time. Wonder why that is. Wonder why they changed the profile on the tire like that. It's the height of the sidewall. Tires are actually slightly smaller than the ones on the 69s. A little bit of modern look to it. Oh, I have no intention of using them. I just noticed the fact they were like Mustang wheels from like a modern era. If they're broke, buy new ones. Sorry, guys. You're not going to buy one rim Atlanta when I can buy 4 Kragers. It really wants me to know what the weather is. So I started wearing my smartwatch again. Just to kind of monitor my heart rate and everything. With the weather changing, in case I get sick. I don't want to, have any issues. Get a flu virus that starts, playing havoc with the system. So put the watch back on, and it's decided it wants to remind me that the weather temperature is increased by 1 degree every time it increases. It's kind of annoying. So, on the thought of smartwatches, anybody that's got any out there, I'm looking for. I'm kind of just dabbling into looking at a new one. I don't get me wrong, I like my little Chinese one that I have. It does a lot of cool things, but the software on it hasn't been updated since I bought it, and I've never been able to get an app to work to actually allow me to update the software on it. So, it's run on old software. Sorry, guys. Hit the mic. So, I was looking at getting a new one, but I kind of like some of the things that I have. Some of them aren't necessary, but I was looking at some of the more mainstream ones. A couple things I actually don't mind having that are great is I'm not a huge fan of earbuds. I have some nice ones, but if, the watch or whatever is going to require it, then what's the point in having the watch? The one I have right now, you can, talk to it and hear what's going on, because it actually acts a true Bluetooth device. So, anybody knows the ones that can do that? Be great. I already know what I want to paint this car, I think. What is there between 35 and 36? Just curiously. That's a 428 Mach 1. I don't like just the 428. Can I get just, see, this is the black 351, which is probably closer, but hey, I kind of just want a black hood, to be honest with you. Like, that stripe should go all the way down the car. It's like a weird shadow. Oh, I know, those are the Shelby ones. The reason you can't see the numbers on them is because of the fact that they're that's interesting. Those don't line up. Kind of annoying. Actually, that's a probably best case scenario, and that's the 351, and it surrounds the Mach 1 properly. I like that. Let's go with that. Nice double red color, you know? Got the damn intercooler. I knew there was something there. Ah, Toronto Maple Leaf won. Yeah, that's not how New York plates work. But I'm not gonna fix them. At least not 1986 New York plates. It's interesting. That plate specifically, I would imagine, would go with an Ecto 1. So they put the plate in, but not the car. Not yet, at least. That's something to look out for. Especially the new Ghostbusters movie coming out in November. Ooh, who's hyped for that? Thanks. Wood Green Mach 1. Track. Oh, look, I did find a couple bar maps. Yeah, there's just something about the light vents on the side of the freaking thing and the center headlights, or headlights being moved to the center. It's something about the front end of this car. I really like the front end of this one. It's one of the few Mustangs I would actually buy. Man, those tinted windows make it look dark in there. Did you guys see how dark it was at that windshield? Fairly smooth that time. I think I might have got the speed right. Well, 217 on the money. Could have been a little bit faster on the actual final drive gear, but other than that, that was about perfect. Alright, so currently have 5 in the freaking parking. At least 69 and me to go hunt. Probably do a Destiny stream tomorrow. I need a breather from CMS. Not that it's not, it's something I don't enjoy. It's just I need to be able to find a couple of cars and whatnot. So, guys, forgive me and give me a day or two to find a couple more Mustang variants for the next part of this. That would be awesome. You don't have to. You can be mad about it. That's cool. It's up to you. But anyway, I might do a Destiny stream tomorrow just to kind of get a breakup from, doing the same thing over and over again. These cars are gorgeous, but there's only so many unique variations when you can repair everything. We are actually putting a lot of variant parts on the cars. It's just because we're able to repair them, we're not having to go shopping for them. Wonder if we can get away. I mean, we'll have roll cage cars later, but I wonder if we can get away with a roll cage in the 69. Wonder if it actually fit. Let me try it. It intrigues me to put the, because it's basically an engine cover anyway, so it intrigues me to put a roll cage in the car with all the seats. I think it'd be hilarious. Kind of fun to work around too, I guess. I keep putting that hood on there. Don't understand their obsession with the which the okay. Let's go look in here. I want to see what roll cages actually look like. Not necessarily the RTR. So there's no point in that. The Grand Touring would be kind of cool, but you need that complicated. This one? Yeah, this one looks good. That's what this looks like. Well, you're not sitting in the back seat. Maybe. No. The crosshatch behind the driver's seats would make it impossible to sit in the back. I mean, you could. It's a little wishy-washy. Let's go to interior mode real quick. I just want to see. Yeah, this is kind of a pain. Let's fix this real quick. We know we're going to have to do it anyways. So that's the one with the hood scoop, right? Okay. This one without the hood scoop is going to be the same crosshatch. So what about this one? Let's try a couple of them out. Oh, that's just... No. I don't know how to get that out now. Oh. Come on. Out. Nice idea. No. Oh no, I got it stuck in her. I can't quite clip through it to see it. Huh. I guess it doesn't matter. Can't sit in the backseat of this thing anyways. Our hair. Not like the louvered head, the louvered rear. But 69, yeah, it's one of those things. They're iconic, I guess you could call it. Kind of what car was known for was the weird louvered rear end that nobody could see out of. Wow, look at like that. We could actually just be done with it right there, couldn't we? No. This one we got to drain all the fluids out of, unfortunately. On the bright side, it should be a 99% repair. Why can't I use the drain tool on the, You use the little splooger drain tool that we got there on the, engine oil? Oh god, that would take forever. It's been 2 weeks and we still haven't gotten all 5 quarts out of the car yet. Oh, nightmares. That apparently it doesn't care where I can pull it from. While we're here, just so I don't forget it again. Yeah, I know, we took the suspension apart for the engine this time. It's so kooky. The car's pretty much at like 99%. It's actually not that much wrong with it. I mean, realistically, there's probably a ton wrong with it, but we haven't gotten in there to find out. Visually, though, it looks pretty good. So. A few rusted parts here and there, but definitely not that bad. I think this one might have come from a barn. Come to think of it. I'm not sure. I don't remember. Hi. Snatched it up, I think, yesterday before stream, so I was pretty much going to barns looking for GT500s and stuff, so that makes sense. Of course, I don't know. It could have been one of the auction ones. I've had a few of these for a while. We did the Shelby and stuff yesterday, so those were the barn cars. Yeah, this one was probably an auction car. Probably 100% complete car or something like that I just grabbed. For the sake of having it. And with this bolt, I dropped the entire freaking rear end on the ground, because that's actually how cars work. I guess I left a shock in place. So it'll only be mostly hanging off the car. Yada-da, yada-da. Yada-da-da-da-da-da. Got to pull the sway bar out again, guys. Oh, I keep missing the sway bar. Take the end links off it. I don't know. Yeah, I did that. Almost forgot to take some, get something to drink all day. I've been at this, and I've been flapping my gums over here. And, like, you know, I think I was supposed to get something to drink. Mayhap, sometime. Grab me a cold snack. Never knew I reached that point where I have to actually take the top of the motor apart because I did the back first. Happened. Alright. We're only 4 levels off of being completely done with experience grinding, too. Actually, not that far off of that. About 3/4 of the way through this level? Maybe about half. Alright. Great new engine. We'll clear that and make that an SS and be done with it. And I went through my inventory last night and cleaned out like 200 brake rotors, by the way. We haven't done stock brakes for a minute. Ding, parts are done. Ding, parts are done. Ding, parts are done. Ah. I just gave myself a headache. Alright. So, I should charge the battery, huh? Oh man, I gotta buy a block. Yeah, that happens. I probably need to buy an oil pan too. I actually need to buy a lot of parts. So, it's not that shocking. Crankshaft. Carburetor for overhead valve VAB. Oh, is there going to be performance parts of those? Do I do this engine? I do. Alright. Let's buy these. Gotta look for engine heads. I gotta look for engine head covers. Yeah, this isn't gonna quite go back together the way I wanted it to. Nope. We're gonna do a twin carb. Just because, yeah. Oh no, we gotta buy pistons too? Lame. I guess we are getting to the tail end of the parts, aren't we? Yeah, I wouldn't be able to buy pistons for the overhead valve V8. B, so... Ugh. Excuse me. Something tickle my nose. Yeah, that or somebody's talking about me. Ultimator. It's got a couple power steering pumps, that's a good thing. That side went back together so fast. Half percentage point, 1.5. So the alternator itself has 7. Or the, what you call it? Distributor. Then we got 18 with the heads. Wow. Interesting to see what the actual performance percentage is realistically. Yeah, I've looked at it very often. Total percentage increase. Making a bunch of overhead valve V8V parts that I need to deal with. Well, on the other side of the fence, we have one of these that actually has a V8V in it. We find one with that engine in it, we actually have a bunch of the parts already, so I guess there's that. Alright, that's the parts I'm willing to buy. Lug wires. Alright. 2 carb intake manifold. Shiny. Apparently I already had those parts. I didn't even know I did. Okay. I mean, yeah, technically the air ramp still works. It's actually probably more accurate to this engine, too. Radiator. Turbo. Oh, I didn't get a battery. Where? Alright. These fluids in, and then we'll do the suspension real quick, and then we'll be done with one more Mustang. That'll make a total of, I believe, 6 out of the 19, and I think we're omitting like 4 because of the fact it's just an interior color. It's the difference whether they skinned it in red or black interior. So oh, that's interesting. I keep hearing the echo of my voice, and it's coming off my smartwatch. Huh. Guess that's one way to do it, right? Alright. Beautiful. Before I get too much further, I'm going to do a below 99% sale. Just clear out my inventory. Juke them. Back here where I can see. I can see. Alright. Shiny. Yeah, I'm just grabbing whatever transmission's in front of me. I'm not really specifying one way or another. This car, it could have a better transmission in it. Just want to get this drive line in. Now I'll finish the other side of the shocks. Hate the way the camera moves sometimes. Uh-oh. Might have a bad suspension arm. Well, I think we're okay. Didn't think that was actually possible when I was thinking about it. I was like, yeah, I said that, but then again, all the parts in this car are basically repaired to begin with, so... About the best example you could get of a used Mustang Mach 1 in existence, and it still wasn't perfect. But it was definitely, you know, acceptable. $25.60s. I wonder if there was a change. I don't know. I already have 3 restored rims, so we'll have a few extra rims here. Only one bad one out of the bunch that had to be balanced more than twice. Huh. Yep. It's the color it was. Just gonna leave that one the color it was, not any fancy paint, because it actually looks pretty good the way it is. Alright. Oh no, I didn't detail or wash it either. That's not good. Not good at all. .600 horsepower. I think we need another gear. I think a 4-speed's gonna do it. I mean, it wouldn't at 1,300 foot grades, but. .311 gears. Hitting that caps locks button. Alright, first and foremost, it's dirty. Another dirty girl. Give her a bath. No more stains on the seats. Alright. Spilled coffee or something on the floor. I like the black shifter knob in this one. A good choice. Alright. Let's go run it. We'll wrap up the stream after we get back. So, we will keep working on these. Like I said, there are a few variants that we're not going to cover because we've covered a lot of them already just by accident. I'm not going to go find the black interior 70 Mustang Mach 1. We already built one. But, you know. $229 miles an hour is not bad. A little excessive for, you know, the body on that car, but whatever. Alrighty though. Just curious. It's only worth $52,000. And I bet it doesn't have plates either, right? Yeah. Alright, so I'll put some plates on it. But anyways, guys, that's going to wrap it up for today. We are going to kind of work on some other ones as we go. Like I said, I'll keep looking for them. Tomorrow I'll probably take a break and we'll go ahead and do a Destiny stream. Pick up the new week items and whatnot. Get all that taken care of, but yeah, that's going to wrap it up for me today. I'll keep looking for different variants on the Mustangs. I do have the parking lot as a list of what we're missing. But anyways, hey, look at that. 1776 experience. Awesome. Very patriotic. Anyways, we're going to wrap it up here. We will pick up some more cars as we go. Like I said, tomorrow's going to be probably Destiny 2. But if you liked the video, please leave a like, comments. If you guys see any other stuff you want me to do, or you know, you want me to grab some config files for some of the stock cars in the game, we can do that. You guys just have to kind of let me know where you want me to go with content. We are going to finish this challenge. That's going to happen. It's kind of like the 3-star Liberty Walk Ferrari. I will finish it. It's just I know I need like another 20,000 scrap to even get close, and I'm only at 10,000. And I've been working the junkyard or the barn finds pretty hard for scrap, and haven't really found a lot. So, anyways, we'll get there. We'll complete it. As far as anything else for the week, probably going to come back to Car Mechanic Simulator day after tomorrow. Hopefully have a few more variants. I'm pretty sure I can find the, what do you call it? The Trans Cammer car, which is basically a stock car version of the Mustang, in the auction. I'll keep looking for other stuff here as we go. But anyways, thank you guys for all coming out. Hope you really appreciated it, and I appreciate all the stuff you guys do for me. So, your views really do help kind of keep me sane. Anyways, I'm Dragon Lucifer, and I will see you guys